Hi everyone, it's Minerva here. Is there a reoccurring experience in your life that's currently causing you some unhappiness? I'm a certified life and spiritual coach, and today I want to talk to you about how to break that unhappy pattern in your life in 3 easy steps. How to break the unhappy pattern in your life in 3 easy steps. So again, I'm a certified life and spiritual coach, and today I'm going to start off and tell you a story and give you 3 powerful takeaways, things that you can do right now to turn your life around. So maybe you're noticing there's a reoccurring theme in your life, a reoccurring pattern that's causing you some unhappiness. Maybe it's in your health, maybe it's in your relationships, or maybe it's at work. So for example, maybe you find yourself doing the same fight over and over again in your current relationship, or maybe you're seeing the same problem in different relationships showing up, such as feeling disrespected, feeling unsafe, getting frustrated, or maybe the constant theme throughout your life has been maybe some struggle with your finances, in your relationships, at work, and you can't seem to catch a break. Or maybe the reoccurring theme may feel lately like it's been this mundane, stuck feeling. And you're just, first it was just every now and then, but it's coming a little bit more consistent in your life. So that stuck feeling is now trickling to other areas of your life. In your career, you're not happy to get up to go to work, or it feels like you're drudging through life. And you're just maybe feeling stuck in every area on a daily basis. So I'm going to tell you a little story about myself, because I was there exactly where you are, my friends. And by the way, if you're here, give me a thumbs up, say hello, comment. And I'll do a little Q&A at the end if you have any questions. And if you're coming back and watching this later, feel free to please give me a thumbs up, some hearts or comments, so I know you were here, and I'll be sure to check back. So, how to break an unhappy pattern in your life. So I was in that same position several years back. And what happened is I was in a relationship, or I was single and I was dating, and I was in search of love like every other girl in the world, and men too. Everyone wants love. And so I was dating in hopes of finding the one. And I was putting myself out there. I was going out on dates. I was going out meeting other people. I was going out with my friends. I was just enjoying the single life. And while I was dating, I kept coming up to dead-end relationships. I kept coming up to people who were not so good for me, and some that were nice people. But the point is that I wanted a relationship, but every experience with, trying to make that relationship work just wasn't working out. And I started to allude to the fact that there's no good guys out there. It's just not going to happen for me. And I just kind of went in that spiral, and I just thought it had nothing to do with me. I couldn't understand what it is that I was doing. And it just seemed like the unhappiness had to do with the people I was coming up with. So after many years of dating and being frustrated with the whole dating game, I eventually went to a coach, and I sought out help to see what's going on. Like, what am I doing to attract this? And that was a very powerful session. I remember that completely, because I went in there crying, being like, there's no available men out there. And I remember my coach at the time said, you're the one who's unavailable. And I was just like, stopped mid-tears and was like, what? What do you mean? But that was so revealing and transformative for me, because, hello, Aaron, yes. And in that moment, I'm the one that's unavailable. That was, as devastating as that was, it was powerful for me, because now I can do something about it. I don't have to wait for someone else or any external circumstances or something to change in order for me to have what I want, which was a relationship at the time. So with that, I learned that I had this limiting belief underneath me. And once I did the work and I was working with a coach, I was very on the self-development. I was meditating. I was doing my homework. I was doing work to get down to the root of this, because if I'm the cause of it, if I'm the cause of it, there's something I'm doing I'm causing this undesirable, circumstance that I don't want to be in. So that was very powerful for me. So now I put that together in 3 steps for you to help change any pattern in your life that you're unhappy with. So if you're noticing that you're having the same fight over and over again in a relationship, or you're struggling with your health, you're on and off diets, you're trying different coaches, you're trying different personal trainers, but the thing that's, even though you're doing different things with different people or whatever the case may be, the thing that's consistent is you. Right? So if the thing that's consistent is you, then you have the power to change the outcome. And these steps are going to help you with it. Sound good? Okay, so good. So step number 1. Step number 1 to change any unhappy pattern, any pattern in your life that you see reoccurring that's making you unhappy. The number 1 step to that is to be aware. Awareness. To be aware. So you have to take time to reflect on this. Okay. So step number 1 is really taking time to reflect on it so that you become aware of what's going on. So take an area of your life, a category of your life, such as relationships or maybe career. Maybe you're in every job that you go through is not making you happy. And you're first excited about it, and then you find out it's not making you that happy. You want to get out of it, and it doesn't seem like there's any job meant for you, and you're losing hope in that area. So take that area of your life that you're currently unhappy with. Is it a job area? Write out every job you've had that made you unhappy. Reflect on that. What made you unhappy about it? Go through the experiences, the words, the people. If it's relationships that's making you unhappy, take the time to reflect on every relationship. What was the pattern? What was the reoccurring feeling in those situations? What's the reoccurring feeling in those situations, whether it's at work or in your personal life? How about your finances? Write that out. Where do you struggle with that? In what ways did you struggle? So go through everything and all those times you felt that gave you that same feeling of lack, of scarcity, of not being deserving, of losing hope, whatever that is for you. Please go through, focus on that particular area, just put it in a box, reflect on it, every person, every situation. And when you start writing, you take it out from your head and your heart. And when you put it on paper, I'm telling you, that step alone is very revealing and gives you a sense of relief. And it's very powerful, because when you take it out from here to here onto here, get your pen and paper, I'm telling you, that alone, just writing, the process of writing, you will reveal some very powerful things to yourself, and you start seeing a pattern. And that's very important, because you realize, even though you were in different situations with different people, different times of your life, the thing that remains consistent, my friends, have always been you. And if it's been you, then you can start uprooting the limiting belief, the block, revealing that seed that you hold that's no longer serving you. And that's a powerful thing with awareness. And now, when you've had awareness, step number 2 is action. Once you bring awareness, then you can do something about it. Once you bring awareness of what the pattern is that's no longer serving you, or the limiting belief that you had that you not consciously aware of until you do the work, until you work with someone to help reveal that for you. Find a coach that resonates with you, that fits with you. Get the support. Don't try to always do it alone. But once you get that awareness, then you can choose something differently. So for me, the relationship story that I was telling you about, not only was I unavailable, when I worked deeper and got to the root of it, I learned about myself that I had a limiting belief that passion and security in a relationship are two separate things. And that's what I was searching for. And I couldn't understand why I couldn't have both a passionate relationship and someone who can help me provide that and give that sense of safety and security. So I wanted passion and security, but I realized after that I actually had them on two different planes. So I thought, the people that I can have a passionate relationship with, that actually never equaled stability. That never equaled security. And same thing, if there was someone who represented safety and security for me, I didn't equate that with passion. So I thought that was just boring. So I kept them on two different planes. And once I brought that to the surface as a limiting belief that I held, that passion and security doesn't exist in the same relationship. Hello, whoever's there. What's up? For some reason, Facebook is not letting me see who's here. So give me a thumbs up so I could see you. So I'm talking about 3 powerful steps to break any unhappy pattern in your life, whether it's in your relationships, in your work, in your finance, in your health, and just your general well-being. If you're just feeling a sense of unhappiness in different areas of your life, reoccurring over and over again, there's a pattern going on, and the person to reveal that pattern, and that's carrying that consistent thing throughout every situation is you. So I'm going through these 3 steps. And number 2 was, where is my sign? Action. So you want to ask yourself, what's one thing you can do right now to support a desired outcome? So once you've acknowledged and brought awareness to a limiting belief that you hold, and you can do that either trying to do it by yourself or get a coach that resonates with you. Once you are aware of that, then you can choose to do something differently. You can choose to change, and you have to take action. So once you're aware of it, you have to take action on that awareness to change that unhealthy pattern. So there's 3 things you can actually do and choose from to start making that change. So for example, okay, so I'll tell you the 3 things. I'm kind of jumping all over the place. So 3 things. So number 1, you can choose how to think differently. So it's a thought. Change your belief simply by a thought. And a belief is just a thought that you repeated over time. That becomes a belief. So you can choose a different way of thinking. So if you're at work and this project comes up, or you're at the gym and you're trying to challenge yourself, and then maybe your personal trainer says, go do this. And the first thing in your mind is like, I can't do that. How about changing the thought pattern from I can't to I can, to something that's more empowering for yourself. So simply changing your thought and just committing to one thing can help change the outcome. So number 1, you can choose to change your thought from I can't to I can, from something that's not serving you to something that is more empowering that will serve you. Number 2, you can change the way you speak, what you say. Often we speak against ourselves. So stop speaking against yourself. So for example, this is something we all do. Sometimes I do, and I catch myself. It's when someone gives you a compliment and you kind of shut it down. You don't accept it. You don't take it in. And so instead of saying, thank you, I appreciate that, sometimes we'll be like, oh no, this whole thing? Something along those lines, like, oh no, well, I didn't, you kind of just talk it down. Do you know what I mean? Or someone compliments you lose how many pounds, and you're like, yeah, but I still have so and so much more to go. How about acknowledging and giving yourself gratitude for how far you've come, celebrating the 5 pounds versus acknowledging the other 15 pounds you want to lose. So it's speaking for you and not against you. So being mindful of your words. So taking action on your words and just committing to that once a day, and maybe speaking affirmations in the morning in front of the mirror. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am strong. I can do this. I can do this. And really taking the time to do this in front of the mirror is very powerful. Louise Hayes has implemented the mirror exercise, and that helps reprogram and change on the subconscious level so that it serves you, so that you are doing these automatically and you're operating from this place habitually. So choosing to change your thoughts and choosing how you speak for yourself and not against yourself. And the third thing you can do is literally choosing an action. So if you're currently unhappy with the way you look, what are you doing? Once you do your exercise, step number 1, and go through and write out, well, what am I doing to contribute to my unhappiness? What am I doing to contribute to my happiness? Are you going to the gym after work? Are you finding an exercise or an activity that will contribute to your health that you enjoy? Or are you coming home after work, putting your feet up on the couch, watching Netflix? Right? So what can you do? One simple action you can do starting today to change that outcome, to contribute to a desired outcome. It can simply be just going for a walk, really just going outside, getting fresh air, or just going for a jog for 20 minutes or 15 minutes. Start small. Simple, consistent action over time equals success. And you create happy, healthier habits that serve you by just choosing something simple. So you can choose to change your thought, choose to change the way you speak, or choose an action. Choose a simple action that you can commit to and be consistent with over time. Which brings me to my third point, consistent action over time. Also constant attention. So the third step in breaking unhappy patterns is giving consistent, constant attention to that action, to that desired outcome, to yourself, to your mindfulness, about constant attention to your thought pattern, to the way you speak to other people about yourself, the way you think about yourself, and constant attention to those actions. So you can't just go to the gym one time and then expect to lose weight and then be like, this doesn't work. Or you can't just do your affirmations once in a blue moon and be like, oh, affirmations don't work. So it's about constant action, constant attention to your thoughts, your words, and your actions. You have to give it constant. You got to fertilize that seed. You got to water that seed. You got to fertilize that seed, that happy, healthy seed, so that it blooms and expands and just shows up in every area of your life. So the power is in your hands, my friends. It's in your hands. It's not something that you have to wait for. It's not something someone has to do to change and make you happy. It's something you have the power to do right now in your relationships, to change it around, to make you happy in your relationships, even in your finance, in your health, even at work. Do these 3 steps, and I promise you, it will bring up the things that no longer serve you to the surface, and then you can choose to get rid of it, and you can build happier, healthier habits for yourself. And a book actually that's really good is The Power of Habit. This is a really good book, and I'm going to read a quote from here very quickly. You can extinguish a bad habit. Sorry, you can't extinguish a bad habit. You can only change it. And another part, the key to winning was changing players' habits. So the key to winning is changing the players' habits. You're the player in the game, my friends. You're the player in your life. Get in the game and take responsibility, take action, and empower yourself. You have the power to change these habits that are not serving you, and that's what's causing you the unhappiness in your relationships, in your career, in your finance, in your daily life. You are the cause of the unhappiness, and I say that with love to empower you, not break you. So I hope those 3 steps have helped you, and I hope that was value to you. So again, a quick recap, 3 ways to break the unhappiness on any unhappy pattern in your life. If you're seeing an unhappy theme, a reoccurring theme that's making you unhappy in your life, these are the 3 steps. Awareness, so really reflect, write a story out of everything that's happened, that's reoccurred in your relationships, finance, career, health, whatever that area is that you're unhappy with, start there first with your pen and paper. This is your new best friend. You're writing all of this down. Number 2 is you're going to take action. You're either going to choose one simple thing you can do, either change your thought and just repeat that, hey Andrew, or you can change the way you speak, change your words, or number 3, you can change what you do. Choose one consistent action today that will contribute to your desired outcome. You have the power. So what is that? Even write it down if you know what that is. I want to hear that from you guys. And then number 3 is you need consistent action. Whatever you choose, that thought pattern, that new way of speaking, the new way of being and doing, you need to do that consistently. And they say 21 days to break a habit and 21 days to build a new one. So it's constant attention to your new way of being, thinking, and saying. So hopefully you like that. Hope you did. Aaron, Andrew, thank you so much for chiming in. You guys are awesome. And let me know if you like that. Give me some hearts, some thumbs up. And if you're coming back again, I write your answers down. Maybe you need some time to reflect. I get that. That's a lot of information. I'm gonna like you there. So if you like that, and I really hope you did, and you found value from that, I actually have a free, easy workbook download to help you with all 3 of these steps to help implement it in your life. It's called 5 Powerful Steps to Creating Your Best Life Now. And I talk about all of this in this ebook. It's free. It's a download. You just go to my site, goddessofwisdom.ca. That's goddessofwisdom.ca. I'll put the link in again. And it's on my Facebook page. To get your free download, and it helps and walks you through and makes it easy for you to up leveling and bringing those things to the surface that doesn't serve you, and to reveal what is that pattern that's showing up in your life, because I'm a firm believer that we create our circumstances. And so this workbook will help you through that, to reveal and bring awareness to what is that's not serving you, what you're doing to contribute to your unhappiness. And then it gives you the steps, step by step, what to do to start changing that habit to happier, healthier ones that will serve you and give you those desired outcomes of happiness, of joy, of peace, and proper communication, and making those decisions for you in your life that will benefit you for the long run. So goddessofwisdom.ca to get your free download. I hope if there's anything else, now's the time to ask. So I got a new mic. I hope you can hear me. I got a light. I got a stand. So this is going to be good. I enjoy it. So thank you again to everyone who joined me today in my live chat. And if you're coming back and watching later, I'll be back to check out your comments. And feel free to message me if you have any questions. Namaste, friends.